I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about the Biennium and what it meant to me to have a great board of directors, a great staff, and to partner with a great CEO. So Liz, I'd like to say that it's been a very different presidency than any other. I haven't had the opportunity to spend time in person with you, but I felt so connected to you. Mm-hmm. And I felt that jointly, we've achieved much more than we could have done individually. Mm-hmm. And that gives me hope, it gives me strength, and it brings me joy. So thank you. And it's just been a wonderful time and a wonderful experience, despite, I know, we all have been suffering. We all have had a lot of anguish over all that you have gone through and we have gone through COVID. But somehow, with the bad, comes good. And that makes me feel joyful.
Good. Well, Rick, when you identified your call to action, Infuse Joy, we had no idea, right, that we were going to be facing what we were facing. And so I want to thank the staff because they really rallied, they worked really hard, they jumped in. Everything was terrific with what the staff were doing in terms of trying to provide resources to support our members, right? And to support nurses everywhere. And so I just also want to echo my appreciation to you for being such a great partner. Even though it was a very trying time and it certainly wasn't the Biennium you or I expected for you, right. I think we did well. I think we did well as partners, and it's thanks to the board and the staff and all the members and everybody doing everything they've done. So, we'll never forget this 2 years. We'll never forget this 2 years, but thank you everyone for everything you've done. We really appreciate it. So.
And Liz and I, we know that the only way that we could have gotten this is together as connected, empowered nurse leaders transforming global healthcare. In thinking about my last 2 years serving as president, two things that come to my mind. One is pride, and one is a sense of humility to serve you and the populations that we care for. So first, let me say that I've been very proud of you all my friends and colleagues and fellow nurses who have dedicated so much energy, so much of themselves to care for populations under siege from COVID, and for communities and countries that have struggled so deeply and so hard to provide resources like personal protective equipment, but also in supporting us to provide the kind of care to the suffering and the death that we have been confronted with related to COVID. I've been very proud of the board of directors that I had the honor to chair and serve as president. They've all worked very hard and very conscientiously to drive strategy, to do the right thing for the organization, and to look at new ways and innovative ways to move our organization forward. I've been very proud and honored to work side by side with the Sigma staff, who have just been incredible during this time of COVID, to develop new programs, to retool and rethink what is needed for us all to serve our communities in a challenging time of a pandemic, and where much of the science was evolving on a day-to-day, where we didn't know from one week to the next on where it was going to go. But yet, we all collectively, together as a Sigma community, worked together to do what we felt was the right thing, the evidence-based things, all that we could bring together from the knowledge that we had to serve our communities and each other. It's very humbling to see how many of you have put the call to action of Infuse Joy into action, bringing awareness, balance and purpose, and co-creation into real life in your local communities to help us all to serve ourselves, to serve our fellow healthcare workers, and to serve our patients and communities to improve our health and well-being. It's been remarkable, it's been unforgettable, and it's been an honor to be with you, to serve with you, and to look to our future, which is very bright, because I know all of the new nurses and all of you out there are just going to do tremendous things to drive healthcare and to improve the health and well-being of the populations we serve. So thank you, and it's been a distinct pleasure to serve as your president from 2019 to 2021. Be safe, be well.